Wake up, world.
At my school with the principal, the fact that it was the only book that actually have a chapter or a section dedicated to preparation and business plan, how it should be done, and how it should be done.
Paper. It allows them to be able to take out of the cases certain things and helps with their interpretative skills. So they can interpret something.
The business subject texts that are published by Carlong, as was pointed out by Ms. Samuel a while ago, are made relevant to the CSEC syllabus. In other words, they were all written around the CSEC syllabus. I spent quite a number of years as the chief examiner for principles of accounts, and was involved in not only setting the exam and see to the marking of the exam, but very importantly, writing the school's report on the subject areas. And you would have, those who have been reading the school's report over the years, would have been seeing that there are a number of things that keep recurring. There are some weaknesses that keep recurring. And we thought that we could have assumed a number of things. One, the students are just dunce. Two, the teacher them can't teach. Three, something wrong with the questions asked. You know, sometimes one way out of what they call explaining away bad performance is that something is wrong with the question. But regardless of what assumptions were made, obviously we have to take into consideration that what we want to happen is that learning must take place. And whatever it is, I'm not saying to go and try this now, but if you have to stand up on the table in your class and dance so that learning takes place, don't write it off. Don't write it off. And those who are more conservative, sing. You never sing a balance sheet. That's what I mean. You could put a balance sheet to music. Whatever you have to do to cause learning to take place, you must always keep trying to improve and how we deliver. So out of that experience, and out of the experience of reading and utilizing other texts, we wanted to ensure that any shortages or weaknesses that were found in other texts, that we would have brought them to bear on the 6C syllabus and the publication by Carlong. So a number of the things that Samuel spoke about as it relates to the principles of business and economics are also common. It's like we are saying that Carlong now has a template for addressing CSEC syllabus matters. And so you can always look for the other books coming down the line. But that template is already been established. One of the good things that we have been highlighting in the text reflects a couple of things that I mentioned this morning. We wanted the text to be student-centered. In fact, we wanted to be written in such a way that as students, not having been exposed to accounting before, could take the text and go through, obviously seeking help along the way, but can actually go through and benefit from the materials it contains. So the text itself, as we have been saying, follows the scope. In fact, how it is structured is that each, what you would call chapter, is really a section of the syllabus. So instead of talking about chapter 1 and chapter 2, it's a section 1 and section 2. So it is syllabus directly related to the syllabus. And this will not only help obviously the student, but also the teacher. Provides guidance to the students who embark on the particular course. Does more than just guidance to them. It is giving them an insight into what actually happens in business. You know, you can do accounting and you can be theoretical. But it gives them some insight as to practical things that happen in the business. And when you combine the text with the DVD, right, it is really preparing students to actually can move straight into an accounting section and be au fait with invoices and other source documents, etc. So what it does is tend to be more practical. Thank you. It is difficult to conceive of accounting that is not practical. It's a practical subject. But the book seeks to make it even more so. Now let me see how much you know your syllabus. It says that it provides coverage in these areas. What is missing? Look again.
Subscriptions account.
What is missing? You sure? Source document? Journal? Those are missing. That is missing too. Alright? So I am recognizing how well you know your syllabus. You can identify from a list what is not there. Because one of the things that teachers must know is the syllabus. Not only the syllabus in terms of where to find it and what it says, but the syllabus in terms of what the requirements are, what is expected from of the learner. What are the features? And we emphasize these as features because we think that these are critical for the learning process. So, explanations are very important. You know that you can, in accounting, go through the mechanics and yet you don't understand one thing that you do. You can go through the mechanics, but if anybody ever make the mistake of asking you to explain what you have done, you're in trouble. Right, we have taken that into consideration. But one of the things we found in terms of responses to questions, the skill or the competence, if you prefer, to explain a transaction was what was lacking. There's a thinking, that accountants don't like to write. There's that thinking, they prefer to deal with the figures. It's not true, They don't like to write a lot. And when they write, they are very brief. And to the point, the only persons who are better at that than them is the auditors. So you know the length of an audit report, right? Good. So it's not that they don't like to write. Because what we always explain is that, listen, when you sit down to do an accounting exam or assessment, you must not put aside all the things you learned in English. But sometimes it appears as if they put that aside because you want that to bear anything. So there's a lot of things in the text which cause the students to be able to explain and to start early in life to develop good habits. One writer said that all that you're asked to do in accounts is follow instructions. Think of that. That's all you're doing in accounts, following instructions. And actually when you go to work in an office, business place, an accounting section, you're following procedures, policies, rules. That's what you're doing. So a lot of the assessments in accounting is giving instructions and requiring the students to follow the instructions. And if that is the case, and we know that there are weaknesses in that, then any text that is now being written must take that into consideration.